Hello and a good Monday to you from Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com here on March the 6th as we commemorate the fall of the Alamo and remember the loss of life on both sides. Okay, I'm going to be going through some combine withdrawal today. I admit it. I am such a boring person that I could sit there on that couch and watch the combine all day long, which is what I did on Saturday. And again on Sunday, and there's not going to be any combine action today, and I'm not going to know what to do with myself. Okay, the quarterbacks automatically get the most attention, and C.J. Stroud put on a clinic as a passer. That was such a beautiful throwing session. He's a big, strong guy. He's mobile enough. He's composed, and his ball placement and accuracy is absolutely uncanny. So the Texans have the number 2 overall pick in the draft. And if that ends up being C.J. Stroud, I'm not going to be crushed or disappointed at all. There's a lot to like there. That said, but I hope the Texans get bold and throw deep. Go get him. Go get Anthony Richardson. Do that. This guy could be a transformational player in the National Football League. He's not road ready right now, but he doesn't have to be because the Texans aren't either. So they can kind of grow up together. That guy could be a game changer. And I'm hoping as a Texans fan that that's exactly what Houston does. I keep hearing and seeing mock drafts with Bryce Young, the Alabama quarterback, former Heisman Trophy winner, and they have him going to Houston. Got a lot of respect for him, and he's a wonderful, wonderful young man. But I have real questions about his size and durability. And don't let anybody tell you that doesn't make a difference, because it does. So I hope Houston does not end up with Bryce Young. I was a little surprised that Stetson Bennett displayed the deep ball arm strength that he did. He almost threw that thing just completely out of Lucas Oil Stadium. I was surprised by that. The second tier quarterback that I was most impressed with, if you want to use the term second tier, BYU's Jaron Hall, because that guy was smooth. The kid from Shepherd, the D2 player, Tyson Bagent, got upstaged by his publicity-thirsty arm wrestling dad, but he showed some skills that you don't normally see in Division II quarterbacks. Max Duggan, who doesn't love Max? I'm pulling for Max. Max is such a good guy and was such a wonderful player at TCU. I would never question his wheels or his heart or his toughness. I am questioning his accuracy. But there's another Lone Star State quarterback that maybe we ought to keep an eye on. Maybe you saw his numbers last season. I'm talking about Houston's Clayton Tune. He's singing a sweet song for sure. One more thing about football, then we'll move on to something else. In another era, like, a few years ago, Bijan Robinson might be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. His skills are that advanced and that rare. But that was then and this is now, and I don't think we'll ever see a running back taken number 1 ever again. I'm just hoping that he goes high in the first round. All right, I'm a language guy. And man, have I heard some disturbing language over the weekend. Disturbing is an understatement. It's alarming. Retribution? Trump says he's retribution. He tells the cult that he's their retribution. Retribution for what? And he says it's all out us versus them. Just exactly what you want to hear from a candidate for president of the United States. That's disturbing. But it gets worse. This Michael Knowles guy that was speaking at CPAC says, and this is a direct quote, transgenders must be eradicated? Eradicated? And then this was on the heels of the Texas GOP censuring Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez. And why? Normally you get censured because you committed an ethical violation or you broke the law or you did something that was morally disgusting. The guy supports same-sex marriage, and he's in favor of common sense gun controls. And he gets censured? We're at a point where a person gets censured for voting his or her conscience? Guys, I'm always really reluctant to make this comparison because it gets over the top sometime. But if all of this truly is now reminding you of 1930s Nazi Germany, you're not wrong. Unfortunately, that's radically rational.